Geoff Kasselman is the chairman of SIOR's new Digital Media and Communications Committee, and he's our resident technology guru. He's also the owner of Optimize, a Chicago commercial real estate technology services and consulting firm. He's going to talk about branding and social media and how companies and individual real estate brokers really need to do both. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what branding is and why it's so important.
Well, our business is one that's a very slight edge. It's made up of a very slight edge differentiation. What separates us from our competition, or what gets us hired, or what helps us complete a transaction can vary on the very slightest sort of thing, and you never know what it's going to be. And in my experience, the best brokers are the ones who are constantly seeking out and harnessing that slight edge differentiation. And branding is one of the best ones I've ever found. And I think anyone else who's made an effort to brand themselves or their company or their expertise has used that as that edge, that point of differentiation versus their competition.
So how can someone take that branding and take it into the social media realm, particularly if they haven't done social media before or they're not that familiar with it?
What's important is to start by figuring out what your brand is. Is it your company? Is it you individually? Is it your expertise within a particular marketplace? There's probably a brand or a persona that you want to perpetuate in that social realm. Once you've identified what your brand is, and in our case, let's talk about SIOR, right? That's the brand we're really talking about today.
Sure.
SIOR has the ability to extend that brand into a whole new set of places with a number of direct and indirect benefits, some of which might be recruiting, some of it might be membership retention, which is of course very important to us. Some of it might be about exposing the SIOR brand to prospects and customers who then turn around and hire SIORs as their real estate advisors because they weren't previously familiar with SIOR. It could be any number of things, right? So it all starts with that brand. SIOR has established that brand, it's SIOR. From there, they're going to want to put that brand, and already have, in a number of new places such as LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Those are the obvious ones. We call those the big three. But there are more. There's YouTube channel, there's Flickr, there's blogs, there's websites. And the important thing to remember about the brand is that it's one brand, even though we just named 5 or 6 or 7 different new channels or audiences or places to extend that brand.
Now, are there ones that you found have been particularly effective for the business community? I mean, LinkedIn versus
Sure.
Facebook, et cetera.
Well, I talked about the big three. I think those are the easiest for the SIOR community to grasp and to begin to gain traction with, particularly LinkedIn. LinkedIn is an online community that tends to replicate the real world. It's an ecosystem, if you will, made up not just of real estate folks, but of everybody that real estate folks interact with in real life and virtually. I think Twitter has a different audience and a different value proposition, and I think Facebook has a different audience, for sure, and a different value proposition, and I'll talk briefly about those. Twitter, a tweet is made up of 140 characters, and in 140 characters, that's pretty precious real estate.
Sure, sure.
It's very hard to communicate a message effectively in 140 characters consistently and really have quality content. So what I've found anyways is that the best way to do that is using links to enrich content that resides elsewhere with a little hook or a statement as to why somebody should click that link. So it's not just the link, it's a statement that says, this will impact our industry for the foreseeable future. On Facebook, people tend to connect with old relationships that maybe they lost track of. And it's always fun to make those connections, but chances are those people have probably risen up in their professional careers to a point where maybe they can be a real estate customer or influence a real estate decision
So are you almost using Facebook to get their attention and then perhaps move them on to your LinkedIn connections if that's appropriate?
Twitter, Facebook, sure. Facebook is working very hard to move away from the individual, social, fun aspect only, for which it's excellent, of course.
Right.
Facebook for business, targeting ads, the ability to post on your Facebook business page, and link it to other mediums, just like you're saying.
Now, what about cost? Is there much of a cost?
I am not a subscriber to the upgraded bells and whistles of LinkedIn. I'm in the free member category, and I am conducting business, meeting new people, finding new listings, finding new tenants to represent, finding new clients, being recommended, and I'm not paying anything for that. Twitter, again, no cost unless you become an advertiser. Same thing with Facebook. The exceptions are if you want to hire a graphic illustrator or designer to make your Facebook page look and function optimally.
So Jeff, tell me about SIOR's social media efforts. What are you finding out there on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and how are you really reaching out that way?
Well, SIOR really does understand and has already been well on their way to executing this unified global media platform strategy. In fact, that's what they call it, global media platform, where the SIOR brand has been very carefully and in a coordinated manner been extended out to a new website, which we're about to launch, a new blog, which will be coming in 2012, but is well underway at this point, SIOR app for the iPad, so we'll extend it out using the mobility that our members seem to really crave or increasingly utilize. We have a LinkedIn page, like a company page for SIOR, but we also have a group within LinkedIn called SIOR Global, which is an extension of our member benefit. It's only for paid SIOR members, so we keep it closed. We get a lot of requests to join the group from people outside our community who we very carefully say, I'm sorry, this is a closed group, but here's some other places where you can still experience and interact with SIOR. Consequently, we can use it as a real vetting ground, best practices and member engagement and ideas, and I need help with this, and stuff that stays within the SIOR community. It's a very effective place for the social media platform to take root. We have a Twitter feed called SIOR Global. One of the things we are trying to promote through our global media platform is that we are global. We are in dozens of countries with professional SIORs scattered all over the world. We're not just in New York or Chicago or LA, and we think that's an important message to get out. So our brand really in social media or in cyberspace is SIOR Global. We've got it on Facebook. We've got a YouTube channel where videos perhaps like this will reside. We've got a Flickr channel where photographs can be found tagged to SIOR. So as you can see, we're really extending it out there, but coordinating the effort under that banner of SIOR Global.
SIOR clearly understands the importance of digital media and what it means to its members and the real estate community at large. This new committee is going to be pivotal in terms of helping members reach out to new businesses, expand their businesses, and take a hold of this exciting new technology. Thank you for joining us.